Arrowverse Roundup Quick Takes number 26. Hey everyone, Adam from Passable Media. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Stargirl and Legends definitely ruled the roost this week, though I admit to being a little miffed that the Brood being mentioned in the title was a bit of a misdirect. That is until I remembered that the Brood are a Marvel race of galaxy-spanning alien insects and that I was thinking of the Reach. So, no misdirect here. Meanwhile, Supergirl was just kind of there. It wasn't a bad episode by Supergirl standards. Heck, I was even entertained. But once again, it doesn't seem to be doing anything tantamount to being a show with 11 episodes left to air before it's done for good. Anywho, on to the episodes themselves. Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, Episode 14, There Will Be Brood. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Of course, I suddenly realised that this is a shorter season, so the death and maybe deaths happening now actually make a whole lot of sense build-up wise, since next week is the final episode of the season and all, but damn. Constantine, what a way to go, taking an infinite source of magic along with him. Not to advance spoil, but it does seem like Mick and Spooner's conditions are fake out, since the trailer for next week has them at Sarah and Ava's wedding. So we've either got some timey-wimey shenanigans, or they're not really all that badly hurt. I thought it was pretty obvious, given what we know of Bishop, that the serum he made was going to have some negative consequences for Constantine, and of course he never assumes that he's not the smartest person in a room, so Bishop had him pegged from minute one. And it was really satisfying to finally get an explanation for, well, everything about Spooner. Since her supposed abduction had kind of hung over the whole season, it was good to see it all come full circle. A massive improvement after last week's disappointment and properly back to form. Supergirl Season 6 Episode 9, Dreamweaver. So not to bounce back to an earlier complaint, but Catco has jumped from an absurd 8th to an equally mental 3rd in the space of a week, which is almost more irking. I remind you that the Daily Planet has been going through a similar change of CEO and added financial distress, but is not having the same slump and certainly not down to the Central City citizens level. We knew it was coming from the posters, but Kelly is the new Guardian. The alien foster home just screamed Cadmus-esque to me right from the get-go. The cuffs are always a bit of a red flag, and the work release had the air of the Suicide Squad about it, but it turns out it's just Intergang. They've been getting name-dropped a fair bit of late, and it's good to see given how big they are for the Superman family in the comics. That said, Kara's still not a great judge of character, is she? Nixley reappears at last and sets to work manipulating Nia, and not for nothing, but I'm almost disappointed that she was so easily convinced. Did Kara not tell the team about her? For shame. And how much is that kid definitely getting adopted by Kelly and Alex? Stargirl Season 2 Episode 4, Summer School Chapter 4. This one was a really solid villain-focused episode. We finally check in with Artemis. Are prison guards ever portrayed as decent people? And foster homes. DC really hates foster parents. It's really interesting to me that Artemis is clearly building up to being a baddie, especially since the only other big appearance from her has been in Young Justice, where she was the very embodiment of what it means to be a hero born to villains. The whole sportsmaster and huntress chilling with the family bit was absolutely hilarious. You just never know where you stand with them. Cindy is on a recruiting spree with her sights set on Isaac and Artemis, and the Shade has a super uncomfortable bout of honesty when talking to Courtney, even in his own way seeming to care for the kid's safety, and revealing that Pat's not been altogether honest with her. The game was super heartwarming right up until Cindy got in Artemis's head with Eclipso and everything went all the way to And between whatever Pat's not telling Courtney and the reveal that Dr. Midnight is still alive in the Shadowlands, I feel like we're not done with the surprises just yet. That's us done for another week. Next week is our last 3 episode showing for quite a while, with Legends wrapping up for this season. So these episodes are going to be a bit shorter once again. Honestly, I don't have a massive issue with that, because it'll be nice to do some videos that aren't purely about what TV shows came out this week. Anyway, I've been Adam from Passable Media. Please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.